Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, post-fight review, David Haye versus Tony Bellew. What a fight, what a shocker, what an upset by the fellow Everton fan, cruiserweight champion, moving up in heavyweight, defying the odds, and stopping David Haye in the 11th round. Tony Bellew gets the win, the biggest win of his career. He's going to go down as a legend for this because, obviously, David Haye is not the David Haye he once was, and he was never a great heavyweight to begin with. But for Tony Bellew to come up and weight, for all the odds to be stacked against him, for everybody to say that he would not have no chance of beating David Haye, that David Haye was an outclass him and had more strength and more speed and more skills and all these things, for him to fight the way he did, to display his boxing IQ the way he did, those first 4 rounds being very cautious, taking David Haye into the deep rounds, and then when it came time to put it on him, he put it on him, and not only did he show really great offense, but he showed great defensive skills as well, slipping punches, making David Haye look rather silly. And then when it came time to get him out of there, he gave that man the Bernard Hopkins Joe Smith treatment and knocked his ass straight out the ring. So those are my initial thoughts on the fight. I'll give you some more later, but we got a special guest with us, Alex. Alex, you guys know Alex. So Alex, what do you think about this fight? What are your initial thoughts on this win?
One of the best performances I ever seen, bro. The best win in his career. Congratulations to Tony Bellew, bro. A lot of people thought he was going to get knocked out. A lot of people thought his career was going to end in 3 rounds. Guess what happened? He ended Haye's career in 11. Bro.
He ended Haye's career. So this just goes to show you all young fighters out there. Number 1, don't ever underestimate any opponent. Number 2, be a man of your word. David Haye talked a lot of trash about Shannon Briggs. He said that he was going to fight Shannon Briggs if Shannon Briggs fought on his undercard and won. He didn't honor his word. He then tried to cherry pick Tony Bellew, and it went all wrong for him because he cherry picked someone with not just obviously good boxing skills and someone who's a solid fighter, but someone who has even better character, someone who's been in dogfights, who's had to prove himself and go against the odds. So look, if I'm Tony Bellew, I've won a world title at Goodison Park. I fought at the Everton Stadium. I've been in the Rocky movie. I moved up to cruiserweight and beat the best embarrassed the best British cruiserweight that ever was. I say he should retire on top, man. Kind of just like Michael Jordan did when he hit the shot in game 7 against game 6 against the Jazz.
Yeah, in my opinion, I feel like he should unify first and then retire.
No, it's time to unify, but man, let's not even look ahead. Let's just enjoy the win because this was a great win. We knew in the first 4 rounds that he had to be very cautious, be very smart. He said in an interview, I don't know if anybody you guys watching this out there saw this interview, but he said in the interview what he was going to do the first 4 rounds, because David Haye kind of his hand, the way he stands, he has his lead hand kind of low, so he said anytime he sees that lead hand move, he'll step back, and he kind of just did that for the first 4 rounds, and then he would land his shots when he needed to, and then when he finally saw that David Haye's legs weren't there, he jumped on him, and he landed a lot of rights, lefts, and you saw David Haye could barely stand. So, what a win. What a win. I'm a Tony Bellew fan. I met him at the WBC convention here in December. I interviewed him, and I asked him, about David Haye, because they sparred back in 2005, and he told me, with confidence, I think with confidence in his eyes, that, hey, I put it on him in sparring, I'm going to beat him. This fight is not about the money, it's about me beating the best cruiserweight in Britain. And a lot of people wrote him off, and he's proven you guys all wrong. He didn't prove me wrong because even though I'm a fan of him, part of me thought he was gonna lose this fight. I was rooting like hell for him. We were screaming our lungs off here in this house. But I'm happy to see David Haye lose to Tony Bellew. I'm happy about that. Everton beats Arsenal. Shout out to Everton. And yeah, man. So I don't know what's next for Tony Bellew, but I know for David Haye, at this point you should hang your gloves up because you came very.
Knocked out by a cruiserweight.
Yeah, got knocked out by a cruiserweight out of the ring. You got the Joe Smith, Bernard Hopkins treatment, and David Haye's had a tremendous career. He's done some great things, but the way he's handled his career and a lot of his fights that was supposed to happen recently, it just wasn't very honorable. I think he did an injustice to the sport of boxing in many ways. So I think everything comes back to you at the end of the day, and this is one of those things. So great fight by Tony Bellew, great performance, clever performance by him. And just I think for me personally, Tony Bellew, you gotta always have this fight. If you want to tell your Bellew fan before this fight, or if you didn't respect him before this fight, you gotta respect him now because he's much more than some domestic level champion. He's someone that is worthy of the boxing world's respect at large. So Any final thoughts, Alex?
I want to see a fight between Tony Bellew and Merrick Garcia happening.
That wouldn't be bad. Merrick Garcia versus Tony Bellew.
Or Usyk.
Yeah, I mean, why not try to unify the division? Honestly, I think those fights would be a lot harder than what he had tonight. He made easy work with David Haye. So for Brendan Taylor, Alexander, the big payback. If it's Maurice, you can love us or hate us, but we're just some kids from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.